Welcome back for our final match at Canadian Nationals. We've got the men's match. It's a false start already. Oh no.
False start off the opening rush.
Backline judge Nathan Wu was immediately waving the red flag 3 seconds off the clock. Okay, well, as we were saying, welcome back for this. It is yet another rematch, Ontario and BC. They had as close a match as you can possibly have kind of leading up to this. Ontario coming through unscathed, and then BC needing to emerge victorious against Manitoba. Start off strong. It's a 1-for-1. Ing and Burke taken off.
And if you saw these teams play against each other earlier in the day, it was a no blocking round at the end of the 40 minutes that decided the winner between BC and Ontario. So we are anticipating a close match again in this game.
Both of these teams have the talent to potentially run away with it, but I mean, they don't have the mental weaknesses that make it likely that that's going to happen to them. So I'm fully expecting another close one. Ooh, big shot, Estabrooks on Cheng. Estabrooks still one of the hardest throws in the men's game to deal with.
And Danchenko taking a shot as well and landing that hit. Chris Valence, the last player on the BC side.
Valence facing down people he's been on Team Canada with, and now he's facing, the sideline. 1-0 Ontario. That was a quick one.
It was a quick one, and you know what I'm seeing that was different from Ontario in the previous game is all players throwing pretty accurately so far.
Yeah, it's a strong start from them for sure. And if they can preserve that level of accuracy, obviously it's going to be tough for BC to do anything much about it. The pitch back, not really pitched anywhere. Garcia Silveira sends one in, and Burke gets hit. Jeff Snow, a little off platform. That one's blocked, but Wong taken out.
So Ontario able to capitalize and take down 2 players.
Ontario shifting their positioning around a bit. Again, maybe situationally electing to mix things up. Danchenko's taking over that corner across from Ko. Ooh, nice bend on that ball by Cheng.
Sailing toward Ing, and he was able to duck low.
Matty Silveira loves to skid back that way to keep himself active in the play. I honestly don't know how he does it so quickly, too. I just don't.
I mean, you train it, right?
I guess so.
You get better and better at using that push motion, and that's something he's just really good at now.
Kenneth Eng had helped draw in a shot into the middle, and then he hands over the ball to Snow. Gets grazed. Jeff Snow, who's been another one of those faces of Canadian dodgeball for over 10 years. Big hit onto Ko from the side. Hard to block them when they come in that hard from across your body.
And Estabrooks getting away with that too, not having any counter coming in toward him.
Williams on the right side now, across from Danchenko. Valence and Cheng rounding things out for BC. Garcia Silveira, whoa, okay. Honestly seems like that might have clipped Caitlin's hand if he kept it up there.
Not quite close enough for that, but a little bit dramatic flair there.
Ing tried for the trade with Valence, but Valence scrambling out of the way after making the hit, so great play from him. Sends one in and just clipping Kalen Estabrooks. Leabel threatening with the stop motion. Danchenko, okay, that ball did get Williams. I thought it might have bounced first, but no such luck. Valance tries to catch a sliding Silvera. Doesn't work.
And Danchenko stepping up, pressuring after the throw.
Yep, good pressure from these Ontario players in almost every situation. But BC hanging around in this point, looking to tie things up. Oh, that's a good shot, Leabel coming through onto Cheng.
And we've seen him do catches, hits throughout the day, so no surprise there that he was able to land that hit. Valance, once again, the last player on the court for the BC side. Blocking.
What's the call there? I think that was the ball getting hit before Valance did. But there's discussion.
So the refs at the center had the better view on it, calling it a block. Play resumes.
Yeah, Valance, another one of those players I've seen take outs that I had no idea he was out on. So I do trust his judgment. And he knows it there.
Kind of reaches outside his body on the right-hand side. Maybe not the move.
Yeah, maybe trying to force it a bit, or maybe the ball started looking like it was on target and then bent away a little too far.
And that's something that is hard to anticipate when you've got throwers throwing curves in on these foam balls.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the things about, I mean, people who come over to foam from, say, cloth, you can't curve a cloth ball nearly as much as these foam balls. And we see a lot of bend. If you're at the right angle to see just how much movement players get on these shots, left, right, down combinations, or even those windmills that some players take, more common on the women's side, but those rise up pretty alarmingly sometimes too. A lot of different ways you can attack with a foam ball.
A double going off Cheng into Wong.
Oh, Danchenko's shot getting through on Cheng.
And so this is something that I'm noticing we didn't see as much of in the previous game against BC. Danchenko wasn't punishing as much in the previous match, so now he's more active with that follow-up throw. Could be a correction that he was provided after reviewing that last match.
Oh, nice block by Silvera as he fell. I loved how he sort of shoved Danchenko back to his side.
Pushing him out of the way, keeping himself protected with that blocking ball.
And that ball sailing out. Valance making a grab on Ng's ball. Cheng coming back in.
So tracking that ball, kind of like how he attempted in the previous round, but actually having it secured. But approaches the line, and Danchenko is taking those shots. He must have been given the green light to take those.
I wonder if that was his adjustment, or more likely kind of from the coaching staff or a team talk, like, hey, you've got the window for this.
And if I was in the Team Ontario huddles, I probably would have given him that correction as well. Like, take those shots. Like, don't be afraid to do it. You're fast, you're dodgy, you have the ability to go for those trades and survive in those situations. So Ontario with a 3-point lead already in this match.
I mean, I believe he's still 18 years old. He's got a lot of that youthful energy. He was playing in the U.S. Nationals as well, and I think took some kind of award.
19 now.
Okay, fine. Huge difference.
Yeah, so his birthday's in July. We've bonded over having the same birthday month.
Oh, there you go.
So just recently turned 19.
Yeah, not long ago at all. And I mean, he's been playing so much dodgeball lately. We've seen him traveling to various countries to just get more and more experience. And I feel like from the time he joined league play in Toronto to now, like a massive amount of growth.
Oh, an incredible amount of growth over just a short few years at the dodgeball scene. I've played on teams with him in the past, early on, here in Winnipeg at that mixed open, and also in Quebec. And from those teams, he's grown tremendously.
He's got a lot of exposure to top players on his side and against him, and he's really risen to the challenge. We've seen him be a strong performer early in this match. Off the rush, Estabrooks misses the middle. And Decker just defers the ball. Silvera tries. Ooh, I don't know about that choice, given the moment. Oh.
They're protecting Kalen, trying to keep Estabrooks alive, kind of risking himself for his teammate, knowing that Estabrooks has been taking a lot of these hits, and you want to keep that arm on the court.
Yeah, he's such a strong thrower as we see him take out Valance.
Valance getting a shot to the face, looks a little bit dazed as he's walking off to the sidelines.
Riebel taken out as well, so good counterplay still coming out from BC. They just aren't hitting on them quite as much as Ontario, so right idea. Just gonna make the shots. Big movements by Coe as usual.
And again, sending another offensive ball from Estabrooks.
Danchenko connecting again, this time on Coe, who's such a good blocker.
And Snow securing that catch. Estabrooks grabbing him and keeping him in the court. Ontario 5 bodies to 2 on the BC side.
Yeah, and that's what I heard, a whistle there, and then Estabrooks got hit. And I think he's kind of saying, like, you can't make a whistle and then me get out for it. So.
All right, so there is a discussion between the referee and the coach of the Ontario side. I think that whistle, there was some confusion about what was happening. Maybe the players thought that the play was paused due to the whistle. It looks like Estabrooks is still an out body.
And even though his shield came back in, not Silvera, which people who've been around for a long time might remember the old trenching strategy where a blocker would get down in front of 1 or 2 teammates and literally try to protect them from shots.
That's actually a method of play that in the community I first started playing dodgeball in. We played dead man matches. And so one player on the team had to wear a penny.
Right.
And that player, if they got hit, even if it was off the first throw, they would win the match if that player was dead. So you'd have that trenching method.
Yeah. I saw it a lot in my early competitive days. I think it fell out of favor as people got better and better at curving balls into the people they really wanted to hit.
Oh, definitely, yes, yeah.
Shout out for me back to the days of Zeus's Beard being a tournament team in the GTA. That's where I first saw a lot of trenching. Big shot by Snow, the veteran presence, famously ambidextrous with those throws.
And the shots connecting, Ontario taking another set.
Yeah, so obviously BC's been very close in many of these moments, but Ontario's just been able to clutch it out that much more. And if I'm BC, that's the frustrating part. You've been so close on so many of the points and so many of the little moments, and you just don't feel like you're quite getting the bounces or the breaks the same way as your opponents.
And plus, BC's had to play an extra game more than the Ontario side as well. So they had an extremely tough match against Manitoba.
What a catch.
They were probably also fatigued from having to do that extra game as well. So Ontario, fresh. And Kalen Estabrooks slipping on the court there. There's a big wet spot, and good thing no players got hurt by that happening.
To wipe down, to avoid the wipeout. And yeah, we talked about how during a loser's run, BC has come through the loser's bracket all the way back into this position. They've been able to work out a lot of things, but the potential cost for that is fatigue relative to their opponents. Ontario, having earned the bye as the first seed and having earned their way into the winners' finals through the winners' bracket, essentially, I think 2 full matches less. So they should be a little fresher. Both teams, though, have deep benches that they can call on. Estabrooks often a target. No, this time it's Snow.
I think Estabrooks was looking ready, knowing that he is a priority target, and Snow just caught looking the wrong direction.
Ing survives, but that ball bouncing back to BC. try, yep.
At this point in the game, BC does need to win this set. If you're on the side of BC, you're caring about having control on the court, being able to secure catches in moments on the backtrack, and also reading what the Ontario side is doing.
Liebel getting another hit there. Estabrooks a target. Oh, he gets clipped by Coe's ball in the air. Liebel's going to have to take over that corner now.
Some great honesty from Estabrooks there. It didn't even look like it tagged him. Wong evading that throw.
Danchenko stepping into it as usual, but great movement from Byron Wong, staying out of the way. Another hard shot coming from Liebel, and now Coe just almost casually coming up. Garcia Silveira, you know, respecting it, but not too worried apparently.
Yeah. So targeting center player on Ontario.
Danchenko, okay, doesn't get punished for it. Leung decides it's not a good time to take that shot. And BC's going to get to set up with the extra player. They attack toward Liebel, and they get him on the finger block. And the good honesty again. Just like you were saying before with Estabrooks, we see it with Liebel as well.
A great honesty and sportsmanship throughout the entire tournament from him.
Garcia Silveira pops up, gets that shot.
And it is a double, and a catch. So Ontario, 3 players. Oh, actually, catch and out from Silveira. So 2 players to 1.
Yep, Chung still in it. Oh, awkward but effective defensive move.
Bounces. Snow survives.
Danchenko trying to capitalize, doesn't do it. Snow just shrugging his head out of the way. That looked dire, but kudos Jeff Snow for...
Chung wasn't even paying attention to Danchenko. He's just focusing right now on Snow.
And you can only watch so much. Now Danchenko's going to be right across from him. Chung doing well to stay alive here. Only 1 ball in hand. It's in Danchenko's aerial attempt at blocking. Doesn't do it. Jeff Snow gets one in hand. He likes to throw.
1v1.
It's on BC. Snow through last. Throws again. Good blocking form. And he gets the hit. Finally, BC on the board.
So you did see Snow turn backwards, looking at the Shagger, wanting that ball in hand quickly, but the Shagger deferred to the second Shagger on the sideline. So that might have thrown Snow a little bit off on his defense in that moment.
But that is kind of the norm. Like usually the rear ball retriever, in this case it's Quentin Estick, usually you pass the ball up to one of the guys on the side to pass it into the team so that it's coming in visibility to the player still on the court. So obviously the time and the place matters, but Ebert, first time literally I've seen him on the court for BC in this whole tournament, and he starts things off with a hit.
Estabrooks hit out by Valance. Ebert also tagged out. Chang almost reaching for that, but pulling his hand back just in time.
Okay, Liebel wanting to see some momentum back. He's not fazed by how well BC's been hitting. He sends Valance out, but BC in a good position.
Reaches for it.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh, reaches across his entire body for that ball and unfortunately gets tagged out. Danchenko, the only player remaining on the Ontario side.
Yeah, tried a little hard to cross-body that one and grounded it. So now he pops up, lets it go, tries to go cross-court. A little closer this time, but Byron Wong was ready. Danchenko facing 4, but it's just 1 ball coming in. I would kind of expect BC's going to send 1 at a time and then try to find moments for it to be 2. Danchenko doing a good job staying far enough back to be ready with those blocks.
And he keeps on sending cross courts toward Wong, and Wong switches out to be ballless in this play.
I think Nick Danchenko actually had to kick his right leg up over that ball. That's crazy. Oh, Good
what
dodging.
an incredible dodge. 2 different targets, doesn't land. Another great jump, getting away from that ball, coming in from Wong.
A lot of great movement from all the players in the court here. Danchenko misfiring a bit, does get taken out.
Yeah, taken out by the leg. So on that counter, one ball sailed, was jumped over, and then there was a slight delay on the second ball, catching him on the legs on the coming back down to the ground.
Yeah, I think what I would have preferred to see Danchenko do is maybe hang a little further back and take the straight shot more often. Just because his ball does move enough that I think the straight shot gives him a good chance at hitting the player and might let him play defense a little bit more effectively there. But
regardless, he did play extremely well, surviving many incoming throws at him. It's just his shots weren't able to connect. Had they been connecting, I think the method that he was using would have been great.
Abel had his hands on that one, but you see.
And they signed a sportsmanship, clapping for the other team, recognizing that was a great throw on him. Estabrooks diving to the ground, surviving.
And another really good start from BC. They've really found a way to start these points off with those player edges early on. So Will Andrusic now in there on the left corner for Ontario.
So Lee Young also on the right-hand side corner for the BC squad currently. Tagged out by Estabrooks. Those cross-court shots have been killer throughout this match.
And Estabrooks is so good at kind of adjusting at the last minute to the target all the way across. There's a big show though. Valen's good at putting that ball straight on target. Garcia Silveira, that's what he does. That is his signature catch to me. And David Chang, hands on head as he exits the court.
So Ontario players confirming who is out first, making sure that they don't come in out of order. Had they come in out of order, the player would not be able to remain on the court. They would have to go out, and they do not get a player back for the catch. So good on them to ask before stepping on.
And Garcia Silveira playing out really aggressively on defense there. Gets a ball for the team, but does get out in the process.
So Somerville in the middle on the Ontario side gets tagged out by Valence on the backtrack.
Chris Valence, that experienced presence, one of many, I suppose, for BC.
Estabrooks again with that cross-court shot and another shot toward Valence.
Each player on Ontario still has one ball for defense. Okay, they get Andrusic. I did not hear that, so again, the honesty is good. Kalen Estabrooks, and we saw this in the midseason clash. Estabrooks can play these really well. His throw is so effective from so many places. Gets tries firing a third time toward Wong.
Wong able to avoid both of the throws coming his way. And now it is captains on both sides. Or is Estabrooks a captain?
Well, I don't think Estabrooks is a captain. We'll have to double check. I know that both Valence.
On the BC side, we've got co-captains on the court, Wong and Valence.
Excellent curve on that shot. That is one of the things Estabrooks does as well as anyone I've ever seen play dodgeball. Bringing it to a one-on-one. Valence, his own great bend in the shots.
Estabrooks over that ball.
It was close. That was the countdown you may have heard for the end of the half.
That was so close to landing that hit, but Valence under that shot, surviving. Or, sorry, what was the call there?
No idea. Oh, they do. I saw a point put up on the board for Ontario.
Okay, so actually, Valence does not survive that play. He is called out on that play, and we are now moving into no blocking.
Oh, okay.
Full strength.
I guess Estabrooks must have connected on one of those two throws at the end.
And what a critical moment as well. You've got 1 second left on the court. You're pressuring up with both those balls. You survive and you secure that hit. I mean, it went in his favor.
And it's interesting too because I think that was referee Sisravi making the call, but the back judge Wu had kind of waved off, like from behind he didn't think there was a hit, but the referees who had the front view maybe could see something kind of clip Valence on the way down. So we are going to start in no blocking with the full 6-on-6, no opening rush, of course. Valence back on the court. Estabrooks going to take a little break. Somerville
taking that shot from the middle on the Ontario side, does not connect.
And Matt Silvera coming up, always full of energy.
And we have a substitution here. Estabrooks is out on this set. We've got Andrusic and Somerville in, Garcia Silvera. All of these players have played in other sets throughout this match, but maybe not as a full lineup together.
Some great hits from BC here in no blocking. They've chopped this Ontario side down to 3. Oh, there's a big hit. Somerville able to take it. Andrusic makes a hit. Snow's ball popped up, gets caught. And that brings Wong back in. Will Andrusic is alone now. Gets hit on the knee. I mean, he got the last ball. It just didn't matter.
Yeah. So BC able to take that last no blocking round of the set, of the half. And we are moving into the second half momentarily.
And honestly, they look great in that final point. So good to see that the unfortunate for them ending of the point right before it didn't get them down. Like, they just came out firing in that no blocking.
And two, I mean, Estabrooks has been a dominant player on the Ontario side, and taking a break during that no blocking round maybe was one of the factors that contributed to BC coming out on top in that set.
Yeah, you obviously need the rest here and there after those kinds of efforts, but you're right. I mean, Estabrooks has been one of the players who's been kind of the most effective against this BC side so far in this match. I think Danchenko also stands out for some of those earlier points. Meanwhile, a really good team effort all around, I would say, from BC. When I say nobody stands out, it's a compliment to me to how even the effort's been across the board for them, and they're only down by 2.
I mean, I guess you could say that both co-captains have been standing out on the court. I mean, surviving so well throughout the match, and I mean, always being in during those deficit situations.
Yeah, if you force me to try and pick an MVP from BC right now, it would be between those two. I'm not sure which one I'd pick, but yes, totally agreed.
I guess we'll have to see how the rest of this match plays out, and we'll see which players stand out as that MVP player.
And even if you don't get talked about as the MVP players right now, or the candidates, I mean, using Liebel as an example, we've seen some huge plays out of him. Ken Eng has done a great job with ball control and survivability on this Ontario side. We saw Ebert come into the match for BC and immediately make an impact coming off the bench. Like, there have been contributions all over the place, as you'd expect. I mean, again, we keep saying it. It's a long tournament. You end up needing to flex your depth at some point, because even if you have a clear top 6 players, like, it's too arduous to stay in the whole time. You might just need that change of pace or strategy or matchup or something like that, or you just might need a break at some point.
Oh, of course. And I think that is something that we are training for as well. Getting training camps in, building court chemistry among all the players on the roster, having 12 players on the side of Team Ontario, and I think 12 as well on the side of BC. That deep roster is necessary in a tournament like this.
Yeah, I think as soon as you start talking about 2- and 3-day tournaments, you have to bring like at least 10. I don't know what the minimum is, but I'd say it's at least 10.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Then for those 1-day tournaments, I often like 8 or 9, depending on who you've got. But yeah, it's really different once you get into 2 days. The clock is running. That shouldn't be yet. We haven't heard of no whistle.
So I think with the program on the tablets, sometimes when it does timeout for the halftime break, it just automatically starts. So they need to just reset the clock to the 20 minutes, and we are set to go.
And they did. Ooh, Ebert coming real close. Liebel is going to fight for that ball. A soccer-style kind of kickback, saving the ball from going out of bounds. Liebel has played a lot of competitive soccer in his day.
I was going to say, he definitely does play soccer.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I've seen him just kick a ball around for fun, and he's as good as I've ever been with a soccer ball. So he is helping to direct things from the middle. It's Estabrooks with a shot. He's scampering back. BC gets a shot again from Ebert. Ing's going to take over the right corner now. Oh, nice shot from Snow into the middle. Gets Ebert down lower leg.
And like you were saying, Ebert was a player that came in and made a difference with the offensive throws. So that was a great target to be selecting on that play. Counters back and forth, and Team Ontario losing 4 players on that exchange.
Yeah, excellent accuracy and shot selection from BC. Wong looking towards Snow, former Team Canada teammates.
So Snow and Estabrooks still on the side of Ontario. Both players experienced.
Yeah, Estabrooks. Looks like Estabrooks might be making the call. He's the younger player here, but he knows what he's doing, and there's a shot on Coe. So Ontario, I mean, they may have lost 4 in a quick flurry, but Estabrooks taken out. He was looking to catch, but Valence, great delivery.
A nice little nod of respect for Valence on that throw. I mean, there's not much that you can do when it's placed the way that it was placed in that shot.
Jeff Snow, the veteran. Oh, Cheng looking away a little too long.
Taking advantage of him as he's turning his head to look at his teammate.
Yeah, but I'm not sure for what. That was, to me, that was on him for looking away that much. Jeff Snow, though, can't get the block. Byron Wong maybe strengthening that MVP case himself. He's got a couple of the big hits there for BC and finishes it off on the hit on Snow.
But even in that set, too, Valence also made that critical hit on to Estabrooks. So, I mean,
stop complicating things.
They keep on, teamwork, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about the finals. No one player is going to carry it, obviously. And off the rush. Ball activated by BC a little quicker. We'll see if the retaliation comes. Snow likes to throw. He gets it. Liebel takes one too, but Ebert stays alive with a good defensive move.
Ontario with 2 balls in hand on defense.
Ebert taken out. That one popping up and away from
Valence taking that shot onto Ing.
A good solid connection by him again. Garcia Silveira is going to square up against Valence.
Valence looking pretty confident up there on the court too. He is holding the players back, always keeping his eyes on the Ontario players.
Part of what I like about Ontario, they were fighting to get those balls that were threatening to roll back in a way, in control.
Estabrooks sending one a little bit high.
Yep. So BC's got 4. They look toward the middle. Estabrooks, he just steps forward, and it was enough.
Enough for them to dodge, for sure. Because things happen so quickly in this game. Players called out. There was a whistle. Was play stopped when that ball came in from Valence? I think that's the debate. They're saying, isn't Snow out? But at the same time, there was a whistle that interrupted play.
The whistle was calling, I assume, a line on the side. And this is one of the tricks about, the whistles used to get a player's attention. The whistles also used to stop play sometimes. So that's where the ambiguity comes in.
So Savravi is signaling an out. So that means Snow is out because play officially did not stop, right? So while the player might have been distracted by the whistle calling out the player on the BC side, the game was still live.
Yeah, so good break for BC, but they are still down players. Garcia Silveira is going to hang back. It's Liebel taking the shot, scrambling back.
Silveira sacrificing himself to protect Liebel from that incoming counter.
I don't think I've ever seen a player play as aggressively to protect teammates as Garcia Silveira in this match. Liebel taken out in the shot by Cheng. And Cheng, who's also had some big moments for BC, he's had some big connections in the last several points. Danchenko now hit. It's going to be down to Estabrooks.
So Estabrooks with ball advantage, 4 balls in his possession. It is burden on him to throw.
And he does. Sanko just moving off to his left, staying alive. BC with 3, it's aggressive, and Estabrooks taking out Balance, connecting on that one.
So BC tying this match. It is 5-5. We still have a lot of time left in the second half, but it is anyone's game at this point.
Yes, we got that replay of Estabrooks. He let the preemptive shot back, trying to draw in something as a solo that he could make a play on, and wasn't quite there because Chris Valance really stepping into the throw, finishing things off, tying things up off the rush. Ontario now going the 3 balls at once. Garcia Silveira had the block.
He did a great job, like turning his body right at the critical moment when that ball was coming in at him. That ball tags Hebert on the BC team.
Yeah, it's a good start now from Ontario, an early edge and the extra ball, although they don't connect here. So Spencer Tate in there now on the right side for Ontario. Jeff Snow over on the left with a good block. No, he calls himself off. So that's a shot from Byron Wong getting through.
So Tate, fresh arm on the court, taking a shot, sails a little bit high.
Okay, comes back in, Estabrooks. Nope, he's going to send it back over to Tate. You've got the fresh arm. Oh, and Byron Wong almost stuck it.
That was a great throw, getting past that blocker, and Ontario with a player advantage.
Spencer Tate just getting over that one. Valance, who we've seen do a lot of work with this throw out of the corner. BC coming up and attacking. There's a good block. Leabel again popping that ball way out of play. Ball retrievers on Ontario switching positions to make sure that they can get that in play effectively and efficiently again. Nice shot, Valance. Great judgment using the cover of Sam Coe's pressure. There's a hit.
Danchenko making another hit off of an offensive play. Estabrooks blocking the incoming counter his way. 5 balls in possession of the Ontario team.
Valance the target, and he does get taken out, as does Coe, as does Chang.
Just like that, all balls make connection, and Ontario secures that point, taking the lead back in this game.
Yeah, that's the problem with letting a team who's hitting on a lot of shots have 5 balls. I mean, they have so much room to operate. They don't need to have a lot of fear of any sort of defensive play coming out, so they can just kind of step into it and send you off to the side. BC bringing Williams onto the court. He's in the center with arm up. Ontario keeping it steady from last time. Silveira, I was like, no, he wouldn't now, would he?
And attack, I mean, maybe.
He might. I've seen him do it. Oh,
shot from Estabrooks connecting.
Leabel just providing a bit of cover. And now the 3 Ontario players coming on. Up, Wong, down, up, letting it go. Snow taken out.
And that counter just bounced. Ontario with 2 balls on defense. BC coming up. Shot toward Estabrooks, sidesteps out of the way.
Valance, after having taken the shot, he's going to step back. Not going to have a ball on defense. Tate again missing a little high. It's not that far off the target, but ooh, that was a cheeky try from Byron Wong.
It definitely was, but I think it was expected.
Expected enough anyway, and Wong blocks that.
Cross court onto Danchenko, connects.
Yeah, that was a nice shot.
Yeah, Chang taking that shot, seeing the opening.
Oh, there's a big shot. Williams gets through. Chang just barely keeps his hands away from that long try. Good block by Leabel.
Chang countered out in the middle, ducks low, but that ball connects just above his blocker.
All right, so 3-on-4. Ontario coming up with the extra ball. They get balance.
Cross court onto balance. I think the BC squad has forgot that Garcia Silvera also has a strong throw, even though he's been sacrificing himself for his teammates. That throw coming in, securing that hit.
Yeah, Matt Garcia Silvera is such an incredible change of pace player. He plays at any tempo he wants. And yeah, he just comes up and lets it go with a lot of ferocity sometimes. I think his fakes are, again, sort of in that Claire Curry model of just terrifying. Good block. And he comes up, no fear of a retaliation, but he does miss on the try toward Williams.
And also in this match, it's really easy to understand why he's selected as one of the captains on the Ontario side. I mean, just the amount of teamwork and commitment to the squad is just showing through in this match.
Like I said, I've never seen a player commit as much energy to trying to shield teammates. And Garcia Silvera very confident at catching, which is part of why he's willing to do it. They get Wong on the 2-ball attack. I think the first one got him.
And in the earlier matches today, we saw Williams close out some of these.
Look at that, Garcia Silvera keeping 2 balls. Nobody else has any. And look at, somehow that turns into all the balls for Ontario. I've never seen that before, not that way. I guess they just didn't throw it. I don't know if that was a miscommunication or what, but.
It must have been. I mean, fortunately for BC, nothing connects. Williams still able to sidestep out of that way, and was that a center line call on Garcia Silvera?
That's a tough break. Lieba gets the sideline himself.
Out on the line. So Estabrooks needing to close this match as a solo.
Right, he's a good blocker when he keeps 2 in hand. He can send the ball from just about anywhere. And he's going to square off against Williams here. He's going to go across the other way, though. Williams tries. It's a high-low elevator operator type moment.
Nice shot onto Williams. Connects.
All right, 1-on-1.
Leung versus Estabrooks.
Good clean block. Estabrooks has the extra ball now on his side. Sends a long try. And now it's on BC.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Estabrooks right away this time, and now, let's see if Leung, nope. Not this time. Jackie Leung just showing some restraint, but it is his count. Okay, that one skips a little short. Estabrooks going to take his time too. He knows he's not under threat right now. And he's going to be willing to throw 2 here.
Jumps over that incoming counter.
All right, under 7 minutes to go. Nice block again by Leung.
Still burden on Estabrooks. 4 balls in his possession.
Leung maybe showing he might have thought about sending one, but nope, not this time.
It was definitely a block. Just sound off the blocker. Sometimes players do hold their ball up to signal. That was all ball. But back and forth blocks on both sides.
And it's interesting, Leung not quite stepping into his throws as much, trying to get sort of that low sidearm delivery around the blocker or under the blockers of Estabrooks. 3 balls in hand. Again, just a short windup. Coming close on that one. Now a rush. Leung maybe trying to force things a bit. See if he can draw out a mistake.
Estabrooks still throwing an accurate ball on him.
And he hits.
The shot connects. Estabrooks securing the 1v1 for his team. Signaling ears, listening for the cheers from the sidelines. And that was definitely a difference maker for Ontario. They were pulling away with this.
Yeah, that was the old Hulk Hogan ear to the crowd. Okay, yeah, now give me some liquid, please.
So this time, Estabrooks staying on the court after that 1v1, not coming off, taking a break, staying because I think his team has said he's needed on the court.
Williams doing a really good job there reading that Garcia Silvera would go low off the defensive rush, getting the hit. And that's how BC's going to start. Estabrooks, not surprising, he's staying near the back at the moment for Ontario.
Well, that's also what we've been seeing him for the past few sets in a row. He's allowing the other players to continue the play, and then once we get down in bodies, he takes over that that corner.
It's been fluid from Ontario. They attack. They get a hit onto Coe, who for my money has been one of the hardest players on BC to hit pretty consistently in this tournament. So you take it when you can get it on him.
Oh, definitely. Okay, cross court from Wong does connect with Estabrooks this time.
Yeah, that's a great shot. Wong showing there's no quit in this team. Now he's looking toward Danchenko, but he gets taken out on the long range try. Good hit out of Liebel. Chang is going to take over the middle. Williams on the right side where Wong vacated. Valance still over there on the left. And back there, Kevin Chung. Ontario attacks toward Valance. They get him, and Snow!
And Snow bobbles that ball a few times up and down before securing that catch, but it does bring back Garcia Silvera into this match.
I was a little worried for him, and then Williams taken out, Tate taken out, but Chung taken out.
Ontario closing the match. How much time do we have?
3 minutes and 42 seconds.
So 3 minutes, 42 seconds, 8 points to 5. I think it is out of reach at this point. We can say that Ontario has won the match, but they will be continuing the game until the time is up.
Oh, it's bold, because I do think a point per minute can happen, but that said, yeah, I mean, it's obviously a majorly uphill battle. BC's going to need to play at their absolute best to even have a chance at this. Yeah, it's going to be tough.
And it looks like Estabrooks is still sitting off at the sideline, so we might see him not rotating back into this game, potentially.
Well, and he's actually got a wet cloth to his forehead. Like, part of what I wonder is, while the adrenaline was still there, he stayed in on the last point. But now that he hasn't done as much in the last, like he didn't need to do too much on that final point. I wonder if when the adrenaline wore off, it's like, you know what? I hurt.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure he's been hurting all day. Many of these players on the court currently are super sore from the intense matches that they have been playing all day and all weekend long. And
again, I don't want to discount that BC's had to play 2 extra matches compared to Ontario because of the road they took to get here, compared to Ontario maintaining that first seed the whole way through. So the strain on them is tough, but they've still got so much energy and accuracy that I got to respect it.
And I guess you win your way into that advantage throughout this tournament. So kudos to Ontario for winning in those situations. And Garcia Silvera does take that jump turn shot off the opening rush, securing a hit onto Williams.
And protecting himself in the process.
And protecting himself. Tucking himself away in the back left corner of the court.
And that is part of what I love about, balance.
And making a catch.
There's a grab, yep. But it's part of what I love about Matt Garcia Silvera's game. You'll see him do some of the most unorthodox stuff, but there's an orthodox catch.
What a great heads-up play. So I think it was deemed a catch and then out. I mean, the player did have hands on the ball.
I thought it was controlled.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was controlled. We'll see what the refs have to say about that, but I would say it was controlled before the player was hit out. Just from my point of view, at least.
That's my guess as well. We'll see what the referees say. Yeah, Samco showing really good awareness and again, that self-sacrificing willingness to go after a ball that had popped up off a teammate. Like, yeah, you might get penalized for it, but it's so worth it because it's such a big swing if you can save a teammate. But looks like in this case,
so they did call it a catch, and Andrusic is heading to the sidelines. Ontario still 5 bodies on the court with only 1 ball in hand. BC approaching for an attack. Slavera covering Jeff Snow in that play, knowing that Snow is a big priority target as well.
Yep, Jeff Snow, good throwers. We see him attack Valence with the cross court. BC loses their co-captain. Politely wiping off the court a little bit.
Ball retriever hits the ball into the ref accidentally, but gets into the court as intended.
Wong, thinking catch there. Danchenko taken out.
Snow watching that ball go up, seeing if it was in reach for him to catch. It was a little too far out of reach.
5 balls for Ontario. Liebel sails that one a bit. Wong with the grab.
Wong catching, bringing Chang back into the game.
Liebel doing well to get away from those balls. Spencer Tate, his former Humber College teammate. And now what's the talk? Yeah, get that mop out. It's just like Austria.
Oh my gosh. That was an interesting time. Later in the day at that World's Championship, you just see the balls soaked in sweat, at least on the cloth side of things.
Oh, and the foam side too. That venue was even hotter somehow.
Yeah.
And I think some of Mitch's equipment was shutting down due to heat too.
Oh, overheating equipment. Hopefully that doesn't happen when we have this cool air-conditioned facility today.
And now, so Ontario electing to use like 9.5 of the 10-second count there. I mean, we talked about the time usage as well. Oh, big hit. Liebel getting through onto Jackie Leung. Yeah, they can choose to use the clock. The clock very firmly on their side. Wong can't find a repeat catch. Tried the tip back.
Yeah, tried to tip back, but now went into the net. Still safe though. That's one of the hazards with having balls be live after jumping out of bounds. But in the rule set this weekend, it is 2 points of contact for a catch to be a secured catch.
BC doing the right thing, trying to force it. They're just running out of time. They've got about a minute left. Ontario, though, playing good defense, and now they're going to get to spend 1 ball at a time, forcing BC to look for a catch. Now that they have 2 balls, maybe forcing them to look for a really aggressive counter.
Tate taking that shot.
Big movements from Tate to evade.
Timeout on the Ontario side.
Yeah, we see Coach Gravili, who pretty familiar sight in his coaching tracksuit, choosing to call the timeout. Joel Jodwin, it's kind of crazy how much depth the Ontario team has when players like Joel haven't actually stepped on in this match. And he doesn't look hurt or anything. Maybe it's a rhythm or a matchup choice. So.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Usually Joel would be put out on the court. I mean, his arm is debatably one of the fastest, right?
Yeah, he's just such a good all-around player and a good leader on the court.
And also a captain on the Ontario squad as well.
Probably.
Yeah, I believe
There's so many players to choose from. Oh, he's the only captain. Okay.
Oh, sorry. I said that wrong earlier. I thought there was multiple captains on the Ontario squad. Joel is the only captain.
And I want to call out a small moment of leadership from Will Andrusik, too. Earlier, when he was hit out, there was disagreement about what had happened and whether he should be out. His teammates were kind of protesting it a bit, and Will just saying, like, hey, I'm out. Calm down. We've still got this. So I really love the restraint shown by him. Now BC trying to force things. They get a ball onto Tate. Williams taken out. Ontario clinches.
It takes that, finishes the game, wins, and Ontario comes out, I guess, excited to close that match, close that set at this end of the match.
And yeah, so the host province does sweep. The men complete the work that the women started. Ontario taking first place in both cases. Super close match, though. BC fighting hard the way they have against Ontario all tournament. They just didn't quite have enough in the tank at the end of the day.
Yeah, we had incredible matches all weekend long. Couldn't have asked for a better showing of games throughout. And kudos to Ontario for securing all of those wins.
Yeah, and it wasn't easy. I would say I mean, they really had to scrap. It was tied up multiple times in this match. So many of those points came down to a 2-on-2 or a 1-on-1, and just a little bit better Ontario, letting them stack a few extra points. We're going to try to get an interview. We'll see if we can get one on the court. We're trying to get our candidate mic'd up.
So at this moment, we see a huddle on the court from the Ontario side celebrating their win. They are trying to tag a player and see if they can interview one of the Ontario players who is selected as an MVP of the match.
Yep, big claps from the team.
Another thing here too, we are in Ontario. They are the hosting province and able to secure the gold in both men's and women's divisions.
Yeah, Ontario has long been arguably the strongest and just deepest province for dodgeball. That gap has closed so much in recent years, but it's still proven really tough to dethrone them. So we're going to go down to an interview.
On Estabrooks, game MVP, how does it feel?
Feels great. Yeah.
Probably because of that turning point 1v1. What can you tell me about that? Any big thoughts?
I was just hoping I wasn't going to throw up on the court, to be completely honest. I was very nervous. The adrenaline was ripping through me, and I had a couple really good throws. I'm glad Mark didn't call an invalid throw on me.
For once. And you didn't throw up?
Yeah, I did throw up. I did in my mouth a little bit.
You saved it. Save it for later.
Yeah, I saved it. Yeah,
Perfect. Anyone at home you want to thank? Any big shout-outs?
My mom, my dad, my sister, and my cousin Krista, who come out to pretty much every single tournament. They're here today. They made about 7 trips this weekend to come out. Biggest supporters in of anything. Thanks, Ken.
All right, go celebrate. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And that is going to do it for Canadian Nationals here in Waterloo. It has been an awesome tournament. Many thanks to Dodgeball Ontario, Dodgeball Canada for their hosting duties. Our production team, Mitch and Bryce, for all the work. Everybody who's joined me on the microphone or, done it themselves on commentary. The referees, back judges, everyone else who's made this event possible. We really, really appreciate it. And so until next time, I'm going to sign off for all of us. Thank you for joining us here at Canadian Nationals in Waterloo, Ontario.
Thank you so much, Dallas.